another project I want to share with you. We made another birdhouse, and we took our simple birdhouse that we made, just basically a square box, and what we did is we went out in the woods, we found chunks of bark, and we were able to put the bark on the birdhouse to give us a real interesting look on the birdhouse. Now, what we did in this one is we just took our box and just did it on the front. So you have your basic box. Now, I left it hanging over just to give it an interesting look and to hide the box. Then on this one, which I'm showing you, we did the whole thing. Now, a couple things I want to point out is we have two different style barks, which I didn't like, but I'm going to use it. It's a birdhouse. This is kind of like a wild cherry, and this was our oak. And so it does give it a little different look, but that's okay. And then on the roof, I did two things. First, I used the 3/4 inch box. Then I didn't like it. It had too much of the plywood showing. So in this one, I just went with simple 1/4 inch plywood, and I'm able to put it in there. Now, this one I did not put a hinge. I really just stuck a piece of wood in there that would stick it. Now, for some of you, if you have those famous creatures, those raccoons or something, they might be able to get into it. Otherwise, I think this is going to be good. But let me show you how we did it. Come on, let's go in the shop and show you how we did it. Now, the toughest thing might be finding the bark, and here's how I did it. One of the places you want to look for bark is in the woods, and you look for dead trees, and you look for bark like this. You're able to peel off pieces, and you can use them. That's one of the ways. One of the ways we got the bark is we cut down the tree last year, cut them into pieces, and now as the pieces die, we're able to peel these babies off and get some great bark. As you can see, this has been peeled, that's been peeled. This one's getting ready to be peeled, and we'll peel this one for smaller pieces shortly. So now, let's go back to work and put it together. So in this one, I took our front piece and I squared it off, and then I just built a box around it. Now in this box, I forgot to put the slant for the roof, so I added the slants. But what I have here is the frontal, is our front piece, and I just have a nice little box built for it. And now I will take my pieces of bark that we pulled off the tree, and then we'll cut them to fit the sides. Okay, I'm gonna leave that sit overnight and let that dry. Birdhouse, we already did that side, so I want to measure it up. There, now we're going to leave this overnight and let it sit. As you can see, we let it dry overnight. So we're going to take a look, see how it looks. Hey, not bad. We got it looking pretty good here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim it up. We can either take the old knife, trim up some of this. If you want to get real particular, we don't have to clean it up too bad. After all, it is going to be a birdhouse. We do want to clean these tops off though, because we'll have to put a lid on. Not bad, that gives us a clean look. We'll get the top on. Front's looking good. As you can see, we had a little bit of a gap there, so I put some glue in there and threw some sawdust in there. So it's looking, but it's gonna look all right. It's gonna look pretty good. I like this. So as we like our birdhouse, now we have to do the top. So we're gonna do the same procedure. Then we'll let this set overnight. So we have our roof, it's all done. It's been sitting here all day, all night. We're gonna check it out. I'm gonna open it up and you know, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna like this. The roof is gonna sit in there. Now I did notice where I will have the sides exposed to what I call the pine. So what I'm going to do is just grab some dark stain that looks good. So as you're looking at it as the side, now it's going to sit. What a great simple project. What a good looking project too. Take a simple box and just put the bark around it and you got yourself a great looking birdhouse. How fun, how simple is that? Hey, I hope you learned something from this. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Deininger. Just another backyard project. Now let's go hang this.